Hello, and thank you so much for joining us here. I'm Netta Iranpour, and every week we bring you stories that you've asked about, and we are looking for solutions to help you. As the year winds down, we're looking back at some of our most popular Working for You stories of 2024. So we want to begin here with some of the frustrated neighborhoods across the city of San Diego. Broken streetlights are not uncommon, but in some neighborhoods, these lights have been out for years. So why does it take so long for the city to fix them? CBS 8's Steve Price spoke with the city about specific areas of concern, and for one neighborhood, it's already making a difference.
Walk down the streets of North Pacific Beach during the day, and it looks like this. It's easy to see where you're going, but come back here at night, and it's a completely different story. The streetlights in this area have been out for years, and it's so dark you can't even see someone a few feet in front of you.
It's not just one light here and another there. It's several square blocks.
It's truly pitch on some of these blocks. You can't see. You need your phone flashlight just to kind of make sure you don't trip.
John Maloney is also worried cars can't see pedestrians and crime. People living in the area have reported the issue to the city over and over again, but as for when the problem will finally be fixed, they're in the dark.
It's been years, and you figure at some point, can't we just get this thing done?
In Point Loma, they're having the same issue. Entire neighborhoods without a single working streetlight, and some of the fixtures are in the middle of the road. Check out all the Get It Done reports for that area, many of them still open several years later.
Unfortunately, the average Get It Done response time right now for streetlight outages is around 350 days.
Working for You, CBS 8 reached out to the city's transportation director, Bethany Bezak. She says her department only has 18 electricians to maintain and repair over 60,000 streetlights, including some that are more than 70 years old.
You know, we're really trying to do our best to get through these, but it is a challenge with all of this aging infrastructure.
Bethany took us to a worksite in Mission Beach to show us why fixing lights takes longer than you'd expect. After troubleshooting for several hours, the crew here discovered the problem wasn't the bulb or inside the pole. It was an issue with wiring under concrete more than 20 yards away.
When our crews get out here, they have to look at many different things. Is there underground wiring issues? Is it a fixture issue? Is it simple as a bulb? It's usually not as simple as just changing the bulb.
And in some neighborhoods, the lights are on an aging series circuit. So like old Christmas tree lights, if one has an issue, they all go out. And you have to figure out which one is causing the problem.
Come over here.
Mike Gruby has the opposite mess. The lights in his South Park neighborhood won't turn off. And he says it's been like this since he moved in nearly 9 years ago.
It's probably been on almost all that entire time. And it's day and night. It's 24 hours.
Mike says he's reported the problem multiple times, and the city has been out here to change bulbs that burned out, but not to fix the bigger issue that's clearly wasting energy.
Well, obviously, somebody's paying this electric bill.
Speaking of bills, the Transportation Department says it needs more funding to hire more electricians, pointing to Los Angeles, where the ratio of electricians to streetlights is double what we have here.
I would really encourage residents to participate in the budget process because ultimately we close the gap and we restore the lights by getting more funding allocated to streetlight repairs.
But in North PB, homeowners already pay an extra assessment on their property taxes for streetlight maintenance. Frustrated, several people have started putting up their own solar streetlights on the city's poles, figuring a little bit of something is better than nothing, and illuminating a problem that got our attention.
Working for You, we shared our findings with the city and asked them for specific timelines. When can we expect the problems to be fixed? Well, they immediately sent crews out to the different areas, and here in South Park, they found 8 faulty photocells. And check this out.
The lights are off, the problem repaired. In Point Loma, the fix isn't nearly as simple. There are multiple points of damage and a lack of replacement parts. The area also needs series circuit conversions, which are currently unfunded. So there's no time frame for when the lights will be back on.
Here in Pacific Beach, they have similar issues to Point Loma, with one very big difference. A capital project has been funded and is currently in the design phase.
The fix will restore service to approximately 50 streetlights. And while it's still months away, at least the people living here see a light at the end of the tunnel. Working for you, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Yeah, at least getting some answers there, but wow, multiple neighborhoods that was impacting. If you have ever analyzed your SDG&E bill and you get confused by the charges, you are not alone. Customers asked us, why does delivering power more expensive than actually generating electricity? CBS 8's Shannon Handy working for you to try to make sense of it all.
My knee-jerk was, holy cow.
Maura Law says she was shocked by her most recent SDG&E bill, especially when looking at the cost of delivering electricity compared to generating it.
The distribution was 5 times the amount of the actual kilowatt usage.
Maura is a community choice aggregation customer, meaning her electricity is bought by a separate entity from SDG&E, but it's still delivered to her Escondido home by the utility company via their infrastructure, such as poles and power lines, which appears on your bill as a delivery charge. Maura questions if her bill is accurate, saying the delivery charge is higher compared to last year. So I took her concerns to SDG&E. They looked at her bill and assured me it's accurate, adding on average, delivery charges are actually 11% lower now than they were in 2023. So why did Maura's increase? According to SDG&E, the electric delivery rate may vary depending on your rate and electricity use. However, it is charged equally to customers regardless of who provides their electric generation. Here's how that rate can differ. The average customer pays 29.2 cents per kilowatt hour for delivery up to 130% of your baseline. Anything above that, you'll pay 39.1 cents, or about 10 cents more. In other words, the more electricity you use, the more you'll pay for delivery. Another factor is time of year. Like electricity, delivery rates vary by winter versus summer. During the winter, which runs November 1st through May 31st, delivery charges are about 13 cents more. So starting June 1st, you can expect those delivery charges to go down. SDG&E opponents have long questioned delivery fees, saying a lot of the infrastructure used to deliver electricity is unnecessary. As for Maura, she's fine paying extra for things like wildfire protection, but says everything else seems exorbitant.
I get it, we have to pay for some of that, but when they're still paying so much for their bureaucracy, it doesn't seem fair.
It's a story we will continue to stay on top of. And now to a Working for You update. An important fire evacuation road in Fallbrook is now undergoing repairs, you see here, after being closed for about a year. CBS 8's Brian White takes us to the North County and shows us how much progress has been made now on Sage Road.
The garden fire that broke out here in Fallbrook last month scorched nearly 50 acres and forced evacuations.
We immediately just threw the cat in the car and left, because we knew if the wind shifts or something happens and it comes up, there's no way out for anybody.
With Sage Road being closed, the fast-moving fire exposed a vulnerability.
That is the only way out. So if something happens there, nobody can get out.
For many who live up here, Sage Road is their preferred evacuation route to the 76. It's been closed since January, when the underground culvert collapsed from all the rain.
It was very scary because in the area that we live, there's so much, fire hazard that any exit that's closed is scary. We just don't want to die in a fire up here.
We first talked with Susie Push and her husband last month when they were trying to raise funds to fix the road. Because they live in a permanent road division, or PRD, repairs are normally paid for using funds collected each year from homeowners. But they didn't have enough money, nor did they have enough signatures on a petition to approve a county loan. But after our story aired, the county found a creative solution to lower costs by bringing in a road crew from Public Works that PRD communities don't normally have access to.
We're all surprised, we're shocked, because we didn't have the votes to get the percentage that we needed.
And now that the work is finally being done, people living around here are feeling relieved.
It makes me very happy that we can, number one, we helped all the neighbors that live on top of us, and that makes me feel good.
And that was Brian White reporting. And the crew working on that road told Brian they are working 12-hour days to get this job done. Up next here, burglars are using popular web tools to target homes. We're going to show you how to keep a low profile online with just a few clicks. And robots on patrol. This machine is supposed to help keep a community safe, but residents have other opinions. Welcome back. Throughout the year, we have seen many home invasion robberies in California. But did you know you can use Google Maps to better protect your home? CBS 8's Brian White shows us how blurring your home can stop burglars from casing it remotely.
With home invasions on the rise across Southern California, plenty of burglars are casing neighborhoods ahead of time. Many doing that in person, while some may perhaps use digital tools, spurring some people to blur their homes on Google Maps.
It's probably a tool that they have utilized.
I spoke with Mark Swinehart over the phone. He's a senior engineer at Rancho Santa Fe Security Systems.
They're going to be looking at where's the biggest bang for my buck.
So how do you blur your home or business on Google Maps? Well, it's actually not that hard. First, find your home or place of business. Then go to the lower right and click on Report a Problem. You can then choose what you want blurred and answer a couple questions, and then ask Google to make the change.
Mark, who's been in the security business more than 40 years, says there are plenty of ways to make your home less appealing.
Having lighting on your property that kicks on as simple as going to Home Depot and buying a floodlight, leaving the patio light on.
I checked in with the San Diego County Sheriff's Office, and they told me they haven't seen any direct evidence of Google Maps being used in this way, but Mark says it's feasible.
Do you think it's possible any burglars use Google Maps to case neighborhoods?
It's definitely a possibility. I think they're more looking at geographical locations where they know they're upper middle class sections of homes that are of value, secluded on a canyon, etc., so they can come up the backside.
Experts say it's also good to have proper signage indicating whether you have an alarm system, cameras, or a guard dog. This blurring option is just one more of those kinds of tools. Working for you, Brian White, CBS 8.
Yeah, good to have all those tools if you can. And now an autonomous robot is working to deter crime at an apartment complex in Claremont. But some residents say this security guard robot is causing issues. CBS 8's Jasmine Ramirez visited the neighborhood and talked to residents about the problem.
We've been talking with people in this apartment complex about the security guard robot. Now we've learned that they've named him Wally and they've had some very close encounters.
I'm a security robot. Nice to see you here.
I say, listen, move, I need to move my car. And he went and he moved.
Graciela lives in the Stratton apartment complex in Claremont and knows the robot all too well. The robot is designed to enhance security with its 365-degree cameras, self-driving technology, and AI. However, residents I met tonight are having issues with the robot.
It be hitting cars, it's disrespectful, and it talks to you. It'll tell you to move after it hits your car.
Tonight, we saw a driver struggling to park as the robot blocked her parking spot.
We have to push it out the way of the cars. We have to push it to get in a parking spot. He'll sit in our parking spot and just wait. Yeah, that's Wally.
Here's a video of the robot going in front of moving vehicles, forcing drivers to hit the brakes.
The robot can create an accident. There are kids still running, everywhere.
We interviewed JDS Security Services when the robot began patrolling the apartments back in April.
A lot of catalytic converters are being stolen. So the robot does have the infrared at night, so it'll monitor for any heat signatures.
I checked in with JDS Security Services tonight. I asked if they've heard complaints about the robot or if it's had any issues. They say most residents like having the robot around and that it has helped to reduce crime significantly. Going forward, residents are hopeful to see improvements.
Thank you, because, maybe we didn't know who to complain. But with you guys, that you take this on the air, maybe somebody pay attention and help us to solve the problem.
And fix the robot.
And fix the robot, yeah, that's chismoso.
I'm a security robot. Nice to see you here.
Jasmine Ramirez, CBS 8.
Still would be wild to see that cruising around. Coming up next, how to score a free vacation for you and your family. That sounds pretty good. We're going to show you how to navigate those credit card travel reward programs. Now, we all want to save money wherever we can, right? Well, there are ways to earn free travel. Free travel. You may not know this, but one of our Marcella Lee's favorite hobbies is in the miles and points world. She navigates it well. Marcella is working for your wallet and shows us credit card rewards. They don't have to be complicated.
You might be hesitant to open up credit cards you don't think you need, but it can really pay off if you're strategic about it. I typically save about $10,000 to $15,000 every year on travel for my family by opening up new credit cards that have large welcome bonuses.
If you have been using the same credit card for more than a year or two, you're missing out on a lot of free travel, a lot of points, a lot of cash back.
Zach Hood is the founder of Travel Freely.
Well, my wife and I were traveling quite a bit, taking really cool trips, and I just had friends and family asking me how we were able to make it happen because she was in grad school and I was a school teacher, and it was all points and miles.
So Zach launched the Travel Freely website, blog, and free app. You can track your current credit cards, use the Card Genie to search for new offers, and get reminders on how much you need to spend to get your big bonus within a set time frame, typically 3 months.
I have a crazy spreadsheet, but it's too many columns and sometimes I get lost in it. So when I found your app, I thought, this is amazing because it's very simple. You streamline everything. Talk about what your app does and how it helps people stay organized.
At the very basic level, Travel Freely is meant for the absolute beginner to get started and learn about how to earn as many points and miles in the least amount of time.
Zach says this doesn't have to be overwhelming.
What's your first step advice for people who've never tried this before?
So I definitely advocate for the keep it simple, stupid mantra in terms of getting started. And before you do anything, you got to be able to trust yourself financially.
He says don't spend more than you have. It's essential that you pay your balance in full each month. If you can do that and you have a good credit score, joining the Miles and Points world is your ticket to free travel.
How many dollars worth of free travel would you say that you've earned?
I just calculated this recently and it's over $100,000.
Wow.
I think the number one mistake is not understanding how big those sign-up bonuses are on the credit cards. People spend a lot of time using coupons, but if you literally got one extra card a year with a huge sign-up bonus, you are 99% ahead of every other person who's spending a lot of time just earning a couple extra dollars here and there.
Stay focused on your goals. Do you want a credit card that will earn you free flights or free hotels? Or often best for beginners, a card with flexibility.
So our number one recommendation, without a doubt, for someone getting started is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It has a really good bonus right now. You can use points in their travel portal to book rental cars, airlines, hotels, so it's very flexible. So you can kind of get a good feel for everything and have a good experience right off the bat.
Good, helpful tips there. You might have heard that opening up too many credit cards ruins your credit. Well, that is a myth. If you do it the right way, opening up cards can actually help build your credit. If you pay your balance in full each month, that is key, and keep it for a year. That's going to do it for us here. Hopefully this helped you out. Remember, if there's something you want us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. I'm Neda Iranpour. Thanks for joining us.